the concept of constructors first. Okay. And once that is over, we will go further on and we will see how to go and identify the elements on the web page. Okay. So once the browser is launched, everything is done. You have to interact with the elements on the web page, right? You have to click on a link, type in a text field, click on a button. Okay. And you need to build the automation script. Fine. So first, let us talk about constructors. Fine. To talk about constructors, okay. Uh, Today is day 4. I'll make a new class day 4. New project day 4. And under this project day 4, I'll create a class, right? And say I'll call that class as laptop, right? Now, your laptop has the property that it belongs to some company, right? What is the model of the laptop? What is the price of the laptop? Right. Now, I'll create a class test laptop in which I'm going to create the object of the laptop class. Fine. Okay. Now, if you have to initialize it, you can write laptop dot companies HP laptop dot model is some model 1 laptop dot price is some price. Okay, fine. Now, if I have to make another object, then I'll have to create another object over here, say L1, and initialize L1 separately. Del model 2 some price. So the problem is, hold on. The problem is to initialize one object, you have to write 3 lines of code separately, right? So this is one class. You can build the object of the class, but to initialize the object, I have to write 3 lines of code. All right. And what if there are 20 properties in this class, not just 320? So I will have to initialize each property separately. So this becomes a problem. Fine. So what if I have to create 10 objects of this class and this class has got 10 properties? So that means 100 lines I'll have to initialize. So to solve this, we use the concept of constructors. Okay. The name of in the laptop class, I'm going to make a constructor of this class. I'll write public.
Sorry to interrupt. We are unable to see your screen.
I've shared my screen. Are you guys able to see the screen?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
yes.
it's yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
able to see the screen.
oh, okay. Then only
Oh,
for me.
Hold
Uh,
on, I'll share my screen again. Yeah, I shared the screen again. Right?
yes,
So,
now I can. Thank you.
yeah. So out here, I've created the constructor of the laptop class. The name of the constructor is same as the name of the class. It's got no return type. Right. So this name and this name has to be same. Inside it, I'll write in default constructor. And if I run the test laptop class, it will print inside default constructor 2 times. Because this thing, whenever you create the object of the class, the default constructor is called automatically. If I create more objects, 2 more objects of this class, you will see that when you run, it prints in default constructor 4 times because there are 4 objects being created. Okay, so constructor, this is the default constructor, means there are no arguments to it, right? Constructors can are something. A constructor is something which is called when you create the object of the class. Okay, I can make one more constructor which accepts the company name, the model, and the price of the car. Okay, inside the constructor, I can write company equals to C and model equals to M and price equals to P. Okay, so the test laptop class, in this, I can create an object of the laptop class, laptop L2 equals to new laptop, and you can pass over the 3 parameters, company name, model, and price. You can pass it over on the fly. You can write over here Lenovo model 2 price. What will happen is that Lenovo, these 3 parameters will go in this constructor, and the values will be initialized. Okay, so you don't have to initialize them separately. If you print L2.company, L2.model, L2.price, and if you run this, you see that, right? So the thing is, with the help of constructors, you can initialize the object in one line. You can create as well as initialize the object in a single line. This is the advantage of a constructor. Okay, so if I have to create another object, I can just simply write L3 and you can initialize the object directly while will directly like this. So this line will initialize the properties of the object. So constructor has got only one advantage, that it can dynamically initialize the object instead of writing multiple lines. Okay, where it is used? It will be used in the framework. Okay, when we work on the project, it will be used over there. Okay, maybe I don't talk about constructors for next 10 days, but when we do the project, okay, this is going to be used over there. Right. Now, sometimes people give, these are the variables C, M, and P. Okay, if I give the name of this variable same as the global name, company, model, price. Okay, and company equals to company, model equals to mod, and price equals to price. If I write like this, then this company, I want to say that this company is basically the global variable company equated to the local variable company. Okay, this model on the left hand side of equals to means the model of the laptop, global variable, equated to the local variable laptop. But if I run this, it's going to print null null. Okay, right. So the reason is that it equates the local variable to local variable itself. Okay, so company equals to company means the local variable company is equal to local variable company. It, it never, if you want to initialize the global variable, you will have to use the keyword this. This dot company is company, this dot model is model, this dot price is price. So this means the global variable company. Okay, if I run it now, you see Lenovo Model 2 30,000. Right. Okay. So the thing is, the constructor can initialize the object in one go, and we also saw the keyword this. This means the current object basically. Okay, and if I write this dot, so you can access the global variables through that dot, and this dot company basically means the global variable company. Okay, right. So this is about constructors. If you look at the documentation of Selenium, and if you look at any driver class like Chrome driver, then the documentation says that there are different constructors of Chrome driver as well. We have used one of them. We will be using the other ones as well, which take in some parameters. Okay, right now we have just used the default one. 99 the times we will just use the default one. Okay, now there are other driver classes as well. For example, Opera driver, Safari driver. These are not stable. Okay, Opera and Safari driver, they are not stable. Remote web driver will be used in case of Selenium Grid when we are running the test cases parallelly across different machines. So in that case, we will be using remote web driver. All right. Now, uh, before I move ahead, I want to just talk about few features of Eclipse, which as beginners, you should be knowing. Okay, because at times people don't know these features in Eclipse and they waste their time or they fall into trouble. Okay, firstly, you see these two arrows link with editor. Always keep them clicked. Okay, I've clicked them. This way, what happens is that whichever file I open, suppose if I'm opening test bank, that file will get highlighted over here. If I open now test laptop, you see that file is highlighted on the left side. So this way it helps you keep the track that which file you're working on. If I open multiple browsers, it will be highlighted. So this link with editor button should be clicked. Sometimes you close this package explorer by mistake and you really don't know what to do, how to bring it back. Okay, so you can go to Window, Show View, Project Explorer or Package Explorer, anything. Right, you will see the package or the project coming on the left side. Make sure you are clicking on this link with editor. Right. Similarly, this is console. Sometimes you close the console and it goes away and you really don't know where to bring it back. That icon has gone. So you can go to Window, Show View, Console. Right. So this console icon is for the output. Right. Okay. Now, at times, like I am over here in day 4 in constructors, this is the laptop class. Suppose you see that object of laptop class is being created and you want to open this class. So you can go to this class and double click and open it. Fine. But there is a shortcut as well. you press the control button of the keyboard and keep it pressed. The left control button of the keyboard, keep it pressed and move the mouse over laptop. It will look like a link. Okay, if you have the control button clicked, sorry guys, it will look like a link, and you click on the laptop and the class will get opened. Fine. Okay. Similarly, over here, if you have uh, say a function in the laptop class, public void start. Okay, right. And if I write over here L3 dot start, so sometimes you read this line that fine, it is calling the start function, but you actually want to see what is there inside the start function. So you again hold the control button, move the mouse over the start button function, and it look like a link, and you click on it. The start function will be displayed out here. I hope you have understood my point. Right. So these are little features in Eclipse which always help you out. Fine. Like when we are launching multiple browsers, we are using Chrome driver, Firefox driver, Edge driver classes, and the web driver class. And you have to import all the classes. Sometimes you copy code from internet or you copy code from your friend's place. The imports are not there, because of which the errors come up. And you have to move the mouse over the errors and import the classes one by one. Okay, so you can get rid of this. You can import everything in one go. You can hit Control, Shift, and O, O as in orange of the keyboard, and all the imports will automatically come in. Okay, so this is a very good shortcut. Okay, Control, Shift, O of the keyboard. Right. And one last thing, sometimes you have your Eclipse opened and you remember the name of the class, suppose laptop.java, that I had created a file named as laptop.java, but I really don't know where it is, in which project it is. Or if you know the project, then also the number of files in the project become so big at times so that it's very difficult to find a class. So you hit Control, Shift, and T. T as in telephone of the keyboard, and you will see a window coming up. In this, you type the name. See, I've just written LAP and the file has come up, and you can select the file. It will open. So Control, Shift, and T of as in telephone will help you find the classes which you had made. Okay, so this is the advantage, right, of Eclipse. So I told you simple things, right? That is firstly giving you a quick revision. You can, uh, if you want to, if you close the Project Explorer or the console, You can go to Windows Show View, Project Explorer, or the console that will open. Fine. And if you want to move to this laptop class, you can hold the control button of the keyboard and click on it. The laptop class will open. Or you can also hit Control Shift and T, T as in telephone, and type laptop over here. This class will open. Okay. And always have this icon link with editor clicked on. Fine. And uh, if you hit Control Shift O of the keyboard, O as in orange, all the imports will come up automatically inside the class. These are small things, very small, but they tend to save your time and let you focus on coding a lot. Fine, right. So now this was the concept of constructors. Okay, it's very simple. It's not a big deal. The only use of constructor is that it helps you save the time. It can create the object and initialize it in one line. Now, once you're done with this, we have to move forward and we have to see that once you have launched the browsers, you have gone to the website, you have printed the title of the web page, you have to identify the elements and interact with the web page. Right. For example, on this with this example only on Chrome, if I run the script and I go to cnn.com, right, and if I click on this link, if I want to click on this link, or I have to click on search or whatever. Okay, so there can be different interactions which can be done with the web page. Okay, so to do those interactions with the web page, you need to identify the elements, you need to extract the elements. Okay, and there are different strategies to extract the elements. Okay, there are different strategies to extract the element. So these are known as locator strategies. Okay, locator strategies. Okay, in order to understand these locator strategies, the first thing which you need to do is that you need to understand how to investigate the elements in the browser. Okay, like for example, if you look at this link on the top, world, right? If you right click on this link and you inspect, click on inspect, you will have this HTML page source opening. Now, what is this HTML page source? Let us first understand the HTML page source, because this HTML page source is actually the response from the server, and Selenium works on this page source. Even if you run the script on any other browser, okay, if I run it on Mozilla, then you will see that this will open in Mozilla, and in Mozilla also I have that option I can right click on this particular element and select inspect. So this is going to highlight that particular element in the page source as well. So this page source is something which you need to understand first in order to work with Selenium. You can also view the page source by simply right clicking on the page and selecting the option view page source. So this page source is something on which Selenium works. And you need to understand the HTML language, okay, to understand this page source. Fine. So, uh, guys, actually, the thing is, I will not continue today further on and continue with this page source. Okay. Simple thing is, I have a very bad throat. Okay, it's becoming little tough for me to speak. So probably on the weekend I will also relax, rest, and it's going to go good. Right. So sorry, but I'll have to